Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of our tutorial series for beginners. In this episode, we're going to learn to change the mesh to Manny. We're also going to learn about input actions, what their properties are, different things you could do with them, also how to add them to your input mapping context so you can set a key to it and use it in the game. We're also going to create that input in our player, and we're going to get it to fire off a string to make sure it's working. We're going to go over triggered, we're going to go over started, so tune in guys, it's going to be fun. Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of our Unreal Engine beginner tutorial series. One of the things I want to change right off the bat from episode 4 is, do you see these trees and how they're growing? This was one of the settings. You can see like this one's growing kind of like that, and I mean trees do grow like that, but right now, like if you look here on this hillside, you see how everything's just like growing sideways. Well, trees grow up unless they're being pushed to the side by something, so that doesn't look that good. So what we're gonna do, and I already have it open, but I'll close it if you forgot how to get to it. Go to your content browser and go to landscape, materials, and then grass type, and click on that, and let's scroll back down here. Let's see, it was our index 2 where we got the Scots pine tall. If you scroll down here, you'll see this align to surface right here, and just uncheck that and save it, and looky here. See, now that's a lot better. That looks a lot better. Okay. All right. With that being said, today we are going to learn about inputs and enhanced inputs at that. And what the inputs are, that's how you actually perform different actions in the game. So, for instance, like attacking, it would be an input and all that. But if you go to your content browser here, and go to content, and then over here go to third person, and then input, and you see this IMC default. Go ahead and open that. All right, up here at mappings, just open that, and right now you'll see you have your different inputs. You have your jump, your move, and your look, which comes standard with the third person template and your character. And like, let's open jump, for instance. I do not like to jump, and you see gamepads on here. I like to jump with the triangle button, which is the gamepad face button, I think top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and switch that real quick. And if you did download the DS4 for Windows and the gamepad, you can do this too. If not, you can use a I don't know, you can use whatever key to do that, and I'll just show you. Just press the keyboard icon right here, and then just hit whatever key you wanted. So if I wanted it to be T, it could be T, and I can click on it again. Let's move it back to space. But for me, I'm using a gamepad, so I'm just going to select that right there, and then I'm going to hit the button on my gamepad that I want, and you see it's face button top. And if you expand this out, which we're not going to get into all this, you can set like different modifiers and triggers, like if you want a button to be held, for a certain amount of time before it performs an action, you can do that. Or if you want it to, just tapping it, you can do that. It's just a lot of different ways with this enhanced inputs that you can do to just, some variety in your game. But for now, we can leave, we'll save that because I changed that for me. But for now, we're just going to set this up. We can close the grass type, and we're going to create an input. And let's see, what input? Oh, sorry. Go back to input right there where we had our default. You'll see actions. Click on actions. All right, we're going to create an input, and then just all right, right click. And then you want to scroll to input right here. All right, and we're going to go over here and we're going to click input action, and we're going to name this IA underscore, and let's see, we'll just go ahead and make our attack, which we're not going to put an attack animation on it yet, but just we'll use this later. But IA attack. All right, and if you open this input action, and this is what I was talking about, you get a lot of those same things that we've seen in the IMC default. And this one's really important for like UI, but you can set a lot of this stuff, this trigger when paused, but you can set a lot of this stuff in the IMC. So most of the time I just handle it there, but that's pretty much all you need to do there. Just save that and then exit that out. And now back in our IMC default, and if you closed it out, just go back to input there and click to open it. But right here on mappings, just click add, and now you see it's added down here. It just says none. Just click on this and we're going to select IA attack. Okay, and like I said, I use a gamepad, so I guess I'll put a keyboard input in here just in case you guys are using a keyboard, but I like to use square on my PlayStation controller gamepad. So I'm gonna put a square there, and then I want to save that, but I'll add one for the keyboard too. So it's attack, so I'll just take this one here and I'll do A for attack. All right, and as you see, here's your triggers and your modifiers and stuff like this. But if it is one of those situations where you want it to work while it's paused, and not really anything you need to be worried about as a beginner right now, but just remember that if you make a UI down the road, which is like a menu is what a UI is, and it's not working, just go back and check your input and see if that is, see if that's checked or not. But now that we've done that, now we're gonna actually get into, go make sure that's saved. And one easy way to make sure everything is saved is press Control, Shift, and S. So make sure everything's saved. Do that often. But next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get into blueprints. And first of all, this is our character right here that we've been playing with. This is Quinn, and I like you, Quinn, but I'm kind of more of a Manny fan. No offense, Quinn. But we're going to switch this mesh right here to Manny. So what we want to do here is go to our content drawer and back here to third person, and then we're going to click on blueprints. Let me make sure you're seeing that. I'm going to start over because I want you to see regular content, third person, blueprints, and you'll see this third person character, this BP third person character that comes with the third person template. Just double click and open this. All right, now I know this looks a little scary. This is a lot of stuff, and like, what are all these wires and what does all this do? And this all comes standard with the third person template, but just quickly go over everything with you. This is your input mapping, all those inputs we're looking at. And this is just what sets that right there. And this is your camera. And this is what's controlling that. So if you disconnect all of this, then none of this is going to work. Your inputs won't work if you disconnect this. Your camera won't work if you disconnect that. And here's your movement. If you disconnected that, it wouldn't work. And this is the jump right here. And same thing there. So that being said, this is your what you call your event graph. We're going to be in here a lot. This is where we do all our functionality for the most part on our character. So what I want you to do, if you go up here where the event graph tab is, if you look over, there's a tab and it's called viewport. All right, and just click on viewport, and there is our character right there. Now this thing right here that's around the character, if you look over here on the left side, these are your, this is your components tab, but this thing that's around the character right here, this is your capsule. This is your component. This is the area right outside of your player. Okay. And this right here is your mesh. And if you look over here, this is our camera. And this camera follows us. But in here, and if you look here when you select the mesh, if you go over here to the side, you're going to see a few different things. You're going to see the location, the rotation, and the scale of the mesh. So you can adjust that, but I highly doubt you just leave that alone, or highly recommend you just leave that alone right now because you're not going to need it. But right here, this is your animation blueprint, which we'll get into that in later episodes. And this is, you know, the animation blueprint. That's what ABP stands for. This is what runs all your animations, like your walk and your run and your jump and all that stuff. Okay. And down here, skeletal mesh, that's what these are called. It is a skeletal mesh. And right now we have Quinn selected. We're going to switch this over and we're going to use Manny. So just click on Quinn and scroll up and SKM Manny. And we're going to click on that and give it a second. And now we have Manny. And we want to go up, same thing here, where to the animation blueprint. And we don't want to use Quinn anymore. We just want to change that to ABP Manny. And you click on that. And then compile, which is very, very important. Always compile your changes. And just compile and save. All right. Now, if we go back over here and we click on our event graph, you know that input that we made. Okay. We're gonna do something with this input. All right. And just to show you kind of proof of concept and how this works. If you right click in this graph, you're going to get all of this stuff right here. Well, what we want is we want that input that we named, okay, which was IA underscore attack. And you say enhanced attack action events and enhanced action values. We want the events. So just pull that up. And right here, you're going to get a few different pins. And it'll tell you triggered like it occurs after one or more processing ticks, started, ongoing, canceled, and completed. So this is where we put our logic to do our different things in the game. So what we're going to do right now is let's pull from triggered here, and we're going to pull it out, let it go, and we're just going to search for print string. All right. And you see this string right here. And it says in string hello. And what this is for like debugging purposes and stuff, pretty much to check to see if an input is working, or, you know, you'll build big systems and you'll need to know like, okay, did this work? Did that work? So without getting into too much detail, this is pretty much your debugging best friend right here. Okay. So what we're going to do here, and considering we created this as an attack, we're just going to put in the string player is attacking. All right. Now compile, save. Now go over here, press play. Now, if you look over here in your top left corner over here, when we press that input action key that we set in, if you're on the keyboard, I think we put it as A. For me, I put it on the gamepad. You'll see. And as I press it, player is attacking over and over and over again. Okay? But if you look, and this is where I'm about to show you a few different things here. We put it on the triggered pin, if you remember. Okay? If I just press this button one time, look at that. Just one time. And look how many times it's firing. Well, I don't want it to fire that many times when I press it one time. Okay, not for like an attack animation. I'm wanting to hit it one time. And we're going to add an actual animation to where a character, you know, swinging a sword or punching or something like that in the upcoming episodes. But we don't want it to do it that many times. So what we want to do is, instead of triggered, let's move this down here to started. Okay, and then with started, it should only fire one time. Okay, so now we got it back on here. We press it. Oh, we press it. There we go. And see, now every time I press it, it fires once. Okay. And that's about it, guys. So that's input actions. That's how to create one, and that's how to attach something. We went over your triggered, and we went over your started. What those do. Also, we fixed a few things from the last episode. But if you're enjoying these tutorials, please like and subscribe to the channel and share it. Hit that notification bell. We're trying to release at least 2 to 3 tutorials a week, so you guys can go ahead and get ready to build your own game. But I hope you've enjoyed the series so far, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.